Okay. The final segment, I'm wondering what elements of your writing might be banned and why are they important to keep uncensored?
Yeah. Well, I mean, sadly, in this country, I mean, I was worried actually in the beginning because there is drug usage, there's gay sex. Those are the two things I think would be most flagged. Um,
Yeah.
but I think if your book falls like on the radar of getting banned, it's almost like a benefit right now. That's the weird part because it is free publicity and there I mean the idea that people are wasting their energy banning books is like beyond like I can't even really think about it that much because it's so ridiculous to me. Like these
Right.
people would be lucky if their children chose to read all these books, like they would be lucky if they had kids that wanted to read these books. Like what we need to be doing is encouraging reading. I mean, look at the video games they're playing. Look at the
Right.
movies they're watching, the TV shows, how much violence, how much just like truly disgusting acts are committed in these things. And yet these books that are beautifully written about beautiful moments that are so long thought out and took these poor authors years and years to have the bravery to put out there and to get it past, it's just like
Yeah.
so absurd to me. But I do think it's almost having a counter effect that
Yeah.
is great, that is like making people like, I'm going to go read. And that was my whole thing on the book tour was like, reading is punk rock because they don't want you to read. So
Right.
it's like, if you're a reader, like it is punk rock. Like it's not nerdy. It's cool. Like you're going to beat the system in a lot of ways because you're a reader. Like it teaches you how to think individually. You build
Totally.
an imagination which can like help you imagine ways out of like every part of life that you don't like. Like this is what people are getting robbed of by not becoming readers. And I hope, that the banned book continues to go in the direction of just making kids more like making reading more attractive to kids. Like, oh, if these adults are telling me not to do it, then I probably should do it. Yeah, which is
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's like, I mean, we can get mad about it, but it is kind of making reading more cool again. And I hope that catches on. And I hope that kids wisen up to the fact that like the reading is like the first thing that will save them from a lifetime of misery. And,
Yeah.
and that's why the grown-ups don't want them to do it. And by the way, look at the grown-ups that are telling them not to do it. Do
Yeah.
any of them want to be like these people? Like,
Hey
you know what I
kid,
mean?
the grown-ups are messed up too.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, the idea that, the gay sex could be like censored, is just, again, it's just, you honestly, like, it takes the breath away how stupid it is and pointless. And there's nothing more beautiful than two people like loving each other and touching each other with love. And, uh,
Yeah, that's awesome.
yeah, so I don't know, I think it's important to I'll demonstrate all the types of love that are available. And even if it's not love, if it's just enjoyment, like I think it's important that books have a realistic tone to them. some
Mm,
some of them, if they want to choose that, they can also choose a fantasy that's completely out there. But
totally. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm on the side where I was trying to write a realistic book that was like, that kids would be like, yeah, that parents maybe wouldn't want their kids to read. They would hide under the bed or whatever. Like that was more appealing to me than following guidelines and censoring my book. And I was lucky enough to find a punk rock publisher that didn't ask me to censor any of the book. And
That's awesome.
I was told for years when I was shopping it around that I was going to have to censor it, but
Yeah.
didn't
Well,
happen.
that's a
Now,
longer conversation about gatekeeping again and like who decides what's acceptable in publishing. And I would, yeah,
yeah,
that,
no, I know. I mean, the publishing scene is just so rough in general right now,
yeah,
and the top five are, you know, owned
yeah.
by conglomerates
So
and whatever.
I
But
love the advice. Be a punk, read a book.
be a punk, read a book, any book, all the books.
All of them, yeah,
Yeah.
especially the banned ones.
The more books you read, the more punk rock you are, basically.
Yeah. Thank you, Jessamyn.
Thank you, Cody. This was a blast.
This was
Love
fun.
the questions.